Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, have you done the previous task which I have given all the people? Only Sunita, Tanuja, Shafia will reply. What about the remaining people? Yeah, Balaji, will you please share your screen and show the output? You have done right. Please share the screen and show the output. Balaji, Balaji, are you there? Will you please reply? At least in the chat box. Or else unmute yourself and say. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have shared. Okay. Show the output. Hmm. Okay, you have observed the things which I have told in that output. Please unmute and say. Have you observed the things which you have executed? Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you for sharing the screen. You can stop the screen. Yeah, now let's start the today's session. Yeah, today, actually, yesterday we have like discussed about the layouts, like Flexbox and all, right? Actually, this grid is also one type of layout only. So this grid is a layout system which helps arrange elements in a rows and columns. Okay, so the CSS grid is used to create web page layouts in row column format. Means we are going to divide the web page into rows and columns. Means we are layouting the web page. Okay. So grid layout, see, grid is used in gallery layouts, dashboards, product cards, website layouts, whatever we can use this grid. So firstly, we have to create a grid container. Then there will be a child, child elements for this grid container, like flex only. So first make parent element a grid container. So here, the syntax of this grid container is we are going to use display property here. In the display property, here we are giving grid. Grid. We are giving grid element, grid as a value. And first, let me show the example for you. Wait, I'll share the screen. Yeah, I know, Sunita. Now I'm sharing it. Yeah, wait. Yeah, now is it visible? Please tell me by unmuting yourself. Anyone?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, this is like, yep, this is the syntax. See, this is the syntax. We are going to give the display property, and for that, we are giving the value as grid. Okay. First, let me show an example for you. So here we are creating a div element. Okay. For that, we have given a class and we named it as a container. and in that there will be a sub elements. See, these are another elements we have created with another class name. First, here I am going to create a container. Means this is the container and these are the elements. These three are the elements. Okay. For that container, I have applied grid property here. Okay. So the element behaves like a grid elements. Grid is nothing but boxes, as you all know, right? So elements behave like a grid items. Those are behaving like a items. Okay, grid items. And if I want to make the grid, like use it to make a columns, then here I am going to use this grid columns. So it is used to create the columns. How can I create the columns? Means here I am going to use this property, which is grid template columns property. See carefully, the syntax should be correct. Okay. So grid template columns property, and here we can give the value. Means value means what here? Here the value means it's a number, like how much space should each column take. Okay, so that is the number. First let me show the example how this is going to be used. So first I have created a container in the sense I have called the class name, right? And then I have used display grid. First I have to create grids, right? Then I can make it into columns. Okay. Then the grid template columns. So here I have mentioned three values. Why I have mentioned three values? Can anyone say? Please unmute yourself and say. Yeah, please make it fast. At least type in the chat box. Why I have mentioned three values there? What is the meaning of that? Okay. Okay, let me say. It's okay. See, why here we are going to mention three values in the sense I want three columns, right? For that, each column I want 200 px spacing. So I have mentioned like 200 px, three values. And also, if I want 100 columns, then how can I mention? It will be difficult, right? So for that sake only, there will be an easy method, that is repeat method. This is a repeat method. Then how can we use this repeat method in the sense instead of writing 200 px 200 px 200 px, we can write it into repeat. It's a method, right? So here we are using repeat method. In that, how many times I want, like three times or 100 times, like I want to mention how many times how many columns I have to use there. So I have mentioned three. And what is the spacing of each column? Means what is the occupation of each column? Then we can use repeat. See how we'll use. This is the syntax, proper syntax. We have to use grid template columns as a property, and then there we are assigning the value of repeat method. Like three columns should be there with 200 px. Okay. So here we have mentioned the grids. Okay, the grids is a layout. Using a layout because we have to, if we want to make the web page into grid, like sections, divide into rows and columns, then we want these grids, right? So how can we give spacing between these grids? In the sense, we are going to use gap property, as I have told, right? Yesterday I have told you how to use this gap property and all. So like that only, it creates a space between grids here. Okay. Yesterday you have seen the space between the elements, which is used, like we have used yesterday flex, right? So flex box. See here, the gap is in between the grids. Okay. Whatever the value we have mentioned in the gap, then it will be users for the space in between the grids here. So this is the proper example of this container part. And display, I want display grid. Okay, then grid template columns, I want three columns in like each one 200 px, and I want gap between each column. Okay, that is gap 20 px. Okay, I hope you are listening the class, so please pay attention, this is a very important class. Now, see here, the space will appears between each of them. Okay. Now, grid items are the children inside the grid container, as I have told you, right? So, in the HTML part. So, these are the child items. We can apply them like we can apply stylings for them also. There is no restrictions at all. We can apply stylings for them also. Okay. Now we have completed grid items too, right? Now let's see responsive nature. What is responsive nature? May I know what is responsive nature? Can anyone answer, please? What is responsive nature? Yeah, yes, of course, Tanuja. Thank you for the response. Changing according to the device means if we have opened a website in mobile, it will it will open the website according to the device size. Then when we are going to open the website in desktop, it will the structure will be different, the way of appearance will be different of that page. So that nature is called as responsive nature. Okay, so it should adjust, the website should adjust according to the screen. Okay. Now, responsive website in the sense the website itself automatically adjust by that self using the devices. If we have opened that website in our phone, then it should automatically resize its structure or adjust its structure according to the phone. Right. If I open in a desktop, it will adjust its structure page like appearance. It will adjust its structure according to the desktop. Okay, that is called a responsive nature. So how we are getting this responsive nature in the sense using media queries. So media queries help to make website responsive means this media query is going to make our website responsive. Okay. So it applies CSS based on the screen size means if I have applied some styles, if the device is a phone, so in that case, like that, it will apply a special styles for specific device, like according to the screen size. So don't bother, I'll say right now. So first, let us see syntax how we are going to use this. At the rate media, at the rate media and screen keyword and max width. Max width is 768 px. Max width is 768 px. Okay. Meaning, if screen width becomes 758 px or smaller, if like here I have given 768 px, right? If the screen width is 768 px, then it will apply the normal CSS, like normal stylings. If the screen width is below the 768 px or very small than the 768 px, then it is going to apply a special CSS which are mentioned in this block. See here I have opened a block, right? So which are mentioned in this block? those stylings will be applied for the below 368px devices. So that is the meaning of this proper syntax. Okay. So wait a second. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, that is the meaning of this proper syntax. First, let's see how to apply this special CSS when in the case of smaller devices. Not only here smaller devices, you can mention whatever the value you want, max width. Okay. So here, see, I have mentioned the body background color. Means here I am applying for the body tag. Here I have used selector element selector. So for the body, total body, I'm using light green color. When I'm using, when the screen is smaller than 768px, then it is going to be display light green background color. Otherwise, it's not going to be display background color as a light green. So that is use of this media screen. We can give the responsive nature using this media. Okay, media queries. So that is the proper usage of this media. I hope you all have already understood about this. Will you please respond? Have you understood about this? What about the remaining people? Okay, you have understood, right? Now let me continue. See, responsive grid means in desktop there will be three columns, but in mobile phone it will be only one column. How it will be? Means the three columns will be displayed side by side, right? The columns in the sense vertical, right? So it will be displayed side by side if we are going to open in a desktop. If we are going to open in a mobile, then it will be displayed downwards. One column after another column will be going to display like a downwards. See, first let me show an example how this is going to be displayed. Like, so that only we are going to get responsive nature, right? If it is going to display three columns in a mobile, how we can see that? Right, which is a small screen, right? So it is if it is better if it get responsive nature. For that responsive nature only, here we are going to give this responsive grid using the at the rate media, right? So let me show you how. So we have used display grid right here. Then grid template. Here we are going to use repeat. Here FR in the sense fraction. Okay. FR in the sense fraction. Here we are giving three columns with one fraction. Okay. So that equal width columns. So every column will get same width. Okay. Using this media screen Using this media screen, here we are going to apply special CSS. Means here I have given at the rate media screen and maximum width 768px. So here I have used 768px. If the device is less than 768px, then we have to apply the column as 1fr. See, grid columns equal to 1 FR means it will be displayed in only one column with 1 FR. So that Here, let me show the output. See, in the desktop, it will be like this, right? When the device is maximum size, like 768px. If it is smaller than that device, this special CSS is going to be applied. That's a special CSS means what? It should be one, like total three columns should be in one frame, like sorry, one fraction. See, each carries one fraction, right? It will be displayed like this, one below one, so that it will be easy to the mobile user to see that website. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. First, let me know how many of you understood this concept. Please raise your hands. Then I'm going to explain the code for you. What about the remaining people? Only 11 members raised your hands. There are 20 members, right? Two members left from the meeting right now. What about the remaining 8 members? Have you understood or I have to explain to you? Yeah, let me ask. Hanifa, what about you? Have you understood about the class? You haven't raised your hand. Hanifa, then why are you not raising your hand? See, it's okay if you are not understood. You need to tell me more efficiently right now, or else you have understood the class. Who is this Likita? Sudha Likita? You haven't raised your hand. Renuka? Renuka, you have raised. Okay. Lucky. Srikar Lucky, you haven't raised your hand. See, if you will, yeah, few more people raised your hands. Who is this Sudha Likita and Manasa, you have raised. Okay. Lucky. See, if you are unable to understand, let me know. I'll explain. No problem. Don't hesitate to ask. Don't forcefully raise your hand. Whatever the doubts, ask me. I'll explain you. Okay. Okay, I hope you all understood. Now, let's see the execution of this. Okay. See here, first of all, I have created a div container here, which is a parent container. Okay, and these are the child elements. Okay, these are the child elements. We can apply the stylings for these elements also. And now here I'm going to apply the grid for this container. See, first I have created container. First, I have used body. For total body, I'm here using Arial font only. And in container, I have used grid, grid property, like grid value. Displays the property, and here we are using grid value. So for that, here I have created three columns in one fraction. Okay, and the gap should be 20 px and the padding should be 20 px. See, the padding is different, gap is different. The gap is between the grids, and the padding is the spacing between the text and border. Okay, that is the spacing between the text and border is called as a padding. Okay, gap and padding is different. Don't think both are same. And box, here I have used box. Why? For these all elements, I need same stylings, right? So here I have called that box class, and then here I have applied background color for them light blue, padding for them 40 px, border for them in a dark blue color, and 2 px solid border. I have 2 px solid border, and the text should be aligned in a center only, and the font size should be 20 px. Okay, now see here, media screen and max width. Observe this code. This is a main for responsive design. See here I have used media property. Like how can I use? So if the maximum width is 768 px, then be like a whatever it should be the structure. If it is less than that width, the device width should, if the device width is less than 768 px, then use this code, means container code, which should be in a grid template column with one column and one fraction. Okay, each column should be have one fraction, and the background color should be yellow. So this is the code. Okay, first now let's see the output of this. So observe this. I have given all the elements, right? So it is breaked into three columns. Observe this. Three columns with the same spacing, means I have given one fraction, right? So all the each grid have taken same spacing. See, this is one column, this is one column, this is one column. So three columns have taken. I have, as I have mentioned. Okay. Now let's see the responsive nature. See, observe, if the screen sizes are decreased, these all comes under below, right? This is one column, right? Below that column, there will be another column. So this is the output change. Okay, you can observe both. Observe the output carefully. Okay, have you observed? This is the output. I hope you all understood. What about the execution part? Have you understood? Yeah, okay. Let me ask one thing. Yeah, Narmada, will you please unmute yourself? Narmada? Yeah, why we are using this media, Narmada, or else mute yourself, mute yourself and give the answer in chat box. Why we are using media query here? Yeah, it's exactly correct. And um, Ragini will say the answer now. Why we are using grid, and what are the real-time applications for grid? Ragini, you can unmute yourself and say, or else you can type in the chat box itself. Ragini, are you there? Or else Neha Reddy, will you say the answer? Yeah, it's okay. Now you have to do this task. It's time for your task right now. I'll give 10 minutes. Yeah, a grid is used for creating layout of web page. Yeah, it's a correct answer. Thank you, Ragini. What about Neha Reddy? Why you are not responding? Are you in the class or not? Okay. Now it's time to executing the code for by yourself. Please open the VS Code and practice this code. See what you are going to create. You have to create a container using the div element, and you have to create the elements. Those are div elements only. You have to create the number of elements. How can you like whatever you want, and then use grid layout for that container and use some stylings for that elements too, so that you can observe the output. So I'll give 10 minutes. I'll give 10 minutes to you, like 6:20. 6:20. Okay, Neha Reddy. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now do the task. Will anyone please share the screen and execute the code? So take the initiative, share the screen. Any one of you. Yeah, Narmada, why can't you share your screen? Narmada, will you please share your screen? Okay, Shafia, will you please, so that the others can understand?
Okay, ma'am. Just give me 5 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Okay, complete it. Yeah, Sunita, you can share. Yeah, it is visible. Sunita, it is visible. Yeah, Shafia, please wait. Sunita is sharing. After her, you can share. You have to mention PX there. You have to mention PX. See, first you have to write HTML code and then you have to apply the styles. So it will be a good practice. So next time it will be better. You are writing the HTML first and then you have to apply the styles. Okay. Don't write the CSS code first itself and write the HTML code. First we have to create the structure, then we have to apply the styles. It will be a good practice. Don't do that. Okay. See, she have created four columns. Yeah, show the output.
Ma'am, done, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Show the output. Yeah, okay. Um, See, she have created four columns. See, she used four columns, and for each, she will give the same spacing only. And uh, Sudita, will you please open the responsive tab for that? Like right click on the browser and inspect. Right. You can move. Yep, you can move. Yeah. According to the she moving, like see how the screen is moving, how the web page is going to change. Okay. So that is the responsive nature we are going to giving for that specific web page for using the media property. So that is the use of media property. Okay. So you can stop the screen, Sunita. Thank you for sharing the screen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep. So that is for today. Are you having any doubts? Yeah, Shafia, I can remember that you told that you will share screen, but let's see tomorrow because there if you are going to share the today's task output tomorrow, then it will get remember for everyone, so it is better to share tomorrow, right? So in the tomorrow session, in the beginning itself, I'll ask you to share the screen. You can show the output. Okay, Shafia? Yeah. Now, have you understood the today's class? I need proper response. Please, everyone, raise your hands. Yeah, okay, got. You have all understood about the class. Okay, if anyone having doubts, you can stay in the meet. Remaining people left the meeting, like you can exit the meet.